was like, why are you restreaming me? What? Hello?
Wardy, come on.
He's dead serious. Yeah, this is YouTube content now, right?
Oh, tapping out. Press the record button. Oh my god.
You better not upload this before me. What the hell?
Tonight at 2100, Wardy. No.
If it goes up tonight, I'm fuming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best of 3 in the top right, spawning as the blue Terran player, playing for Team Liquid. It is Clem.
Why have you put that weird voice on?
And in the bottom left, spawning as the red Zerg player, playing for Team NC. It is going to be Serral.
You sound like someone. Who do you sound like?
Like who?
I've got it on the edge of, like, the tip of my tongue. I just can't.
The edge of your seat.
I know I don't have it on the edge of my seat.
Wardy, what is this? Pool first into gas coming out of Serral here. Immediately pulls in 3 workers as well. Now, I know that Clem always SCV scouts because he doesn't want to lose to inferior players. Clem is one of the safest players in TVZ while also being overly aggressive. You see the hatch coming down here. Is this going to be 6 links into roaches or 4 links? Oh, it's going to be 2 links, I think. This has to be roach as a follow-up though, right?
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. Clem is just going to reactor expand as well, by the way, which is also pretty darn sick. That's not one you usually see all the time in ZvT, so it's just a bit different, a bit crazy across the board, isn't it? This has to be roach run as well, so yeah.
Yeah, he pulled 3 workers into gas, like.
I mean, there's no reason. You don't gain anything from a fast link. Like, the only thing you get from a fast link speed like this is one of those builds where you run across, you cancel the CC, and that's like, and then you're still behind, you know, a lot of the time. Like, it's very rare. You have to, like, kill units as well as getting the CC, which is really tough to do, so. Serral build. The roaches, though. Roaches.
This reminds me of the build order that Lambo uploaded to his YouTube for Free MMR Friday. Where you get 5 roaches, and then you get a single Ravager to try to do something. But that was, I believe, a little bit less gas, if I recall correctly. Also opened up with 4 links rather than just 2. But yeah, it's going to be 5 roaches, single Ravager, and maybe he's going to go into the cave bob afterward. It is possible, right? I mean, if you already have the roach warren.
Yeah, I don't think you play Lingard Bane on this map anyway, so I think you play something roach-focused, and then it's the sort of thing which I think, it's the sort of map where I think you need to do something like that to take the advantage of the Terran away.
Oh yeah, the natural advantage of just playing on this map.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this map is really, really good for Terran. It's going to be 6 roaches, by the way. No, wait, it's 9 roaches? Holy crap. This is a major investment here for our boy Clem, who's getting, or for our boy Serral here. He's also getting a Ravager. Clem's throwing down an armory already. Clem is not really respecting that whatsoever, by the way. Doesn't even have a bunker on the high ground. Is Clem just dead? Yeah,
he just has no idea. Like, he saw pool first, and that's it. Like, roaches show up. You've got Marines and a couple of Hellions. I don't want to call Clem dead because Clem does some pretty crazy things sometimes, but it definitely ain't looking pretty for him, right? I mean, you're in a bit of trouble in the natural. SCVs are being chased away. I mean, Serral can start a drone behind this. Clem's going to come down the ramp to try and fight this, but yeah, I think you're right. It's got to be just too many roaches. Extra roaches showing up. Clem's going to retreat away and try and hide in the main base, but all he's producing is a couple of Marines. He's so far off getting a Cyclone or anything, and even further now he's supply blocked.
Yeah, does have a Hellbat, which helps. Ravager gets taken out. SCVs are being pulled, and Clem's doing an okay job. That 1 roach just isn't freaking dying. He's gonna surround this. We'll end up getting all of these roaches, but we'll lose 4 or 5 extra workers for it. Actually,
wow.
No target fire by Serral.
Yeah, he's got so many SCVs that are like 1 hit from roaches, which is obviously, this could have been like 7, maybe 8 kills, and that makes a big difference right now, the 3 extra kills or something, so I'd say this is, I mean, Clem didn't straight up die. I mean, it's called that a victory already.
Yeah. Clem, I think, was expecting either like a low roach count attack or just a fake, you know, just a pull first into whatever else. He did finish up the Cyclone, by the way, after he killed it already. I'm surprised by that, but I guess he has a bunch of Marines. He just want to move across the map, yeah.
With the Cyclone, you can push a lot more, right, and be aggressive, and if he's going down to the bottom for the 3rd hatch, but if he actually goes up to the top of the 3rd hatch, he might have been able to get a cancel off on it.
I don't know about a cancel though, Wardy.
You don't think so? Marines a Cyclone, off creep.
I mean,
no, maybe not.
He definitely would have been able to do a better job than he did just now. That's for sure. I can give you that at least. Yeah, okay. That's not This is not gonna work, Clem. Oh, actually gets 2 roaches.
Yeah.
As I say that, he finally gets some trades, something worth for his money. 5 more roaches are on the way here for Serral. Still very low drone count as well. Let's not forget about that. I think Serral's gonna go again, isn't he?
Yep, he's going for round 2, this time with the Zerglin speed as well, right? So you're going to have the reinforcements of Lings to really flood through this. That's one of the problems with this initial attack, though, because there's no Ling speed. You have a lot of roaches, but you don't really reinforce in that scenario. Clem's going to hit his own Cyclone. I think with the Lings, it's obviously going to take away the power of the siege tank defense a little bit. You're going to have Ravagers too, so there's only 1 tank at the moment, and Clem is just back to building a reactor with this factory. He is trying to get into Medivacs in his aggressive mid-game, but in reality, he needs to be playing defensive all over again.
Yeah, this is round 2. Is about the commands. We get a tank shot. Now, this is a dead giveaway, right? If someone runs in with links like that, it's like kind of checking for something.
Yep.
I think Clem realizes he saw it, right? And then went back. He's not building a bunker, though. Did he see it? Or was he afraid?
Yeah, I guess not, but I mean, he's just dead, right? If he doesn't have a wall off, no bunker or anything. Tank dies pretty much instantly. The Lings are a big issue. The SCVs have to pull in to help against that, but they have the Lings actually just have a good surround. There's not enough Marines here to really hold this off. Surely, even if you push this back, you've lost 20 plus workers in this fight, and that's just not going to cut it going into the next stage of this game, I don't think, even with your 3rd CC finishing up. And again, with the Lings being able to stream across the map and reinforce, there's not a wall off here from earlier, and that means that Clem is not able to run and hide away or anything like that and buy some time. Serral's going to pick up the first game. I'm kind of surprised Clem wasn't more prepared, honestly, because this is the kind of map that you'd expect a Zerg to do this on. So it just kind of feels as though maybe there should have been a bit more, much as anybody else's.
Yeah. The beauty of democracy. All right. The top right spawning as the blue Terran player playing for Team Liquid. It is going to be Mlem Liquid Clem.
At what point does Clem just officially rename to Mlem?
If he does that, I'm flying over to France. Explain him a thing or two about branding.
What if? But then all of his fans can be the Mlemmers and they just lick things.
The Mlemmers.
Yeah, they just lick
does sound very Generation X.
It does.
Maybe this is the play to get those new viewers in. Nice. You got it, Wardy. Alright, just gonna open up standard. Clem doesn't proxy.
No, you didn't introduce our boy Serral.
He won last game.
He doesn't get an introduction.
Yeah. People know who he is. It's freaking Serral. He won BlizzCon 2018. Okay, the first foreigner to ever win any big tournament in a million years. It's freaking Serral. All right, plays for NC as well for like the past 6 years. Like this guy is crazy good. Trust
See,
me.
now you've injured him. You may as well just say whatever he is.
It's Serral.
Nice. Perfect. This is what I wanted. That's all I needed.
Yeah, that's all you needed. You can check it off of your massive list. The next item on Wardy's list is saying things that are on the screen. There you go. Go ahead, Wardy. You do you, man.
This is BS. I gave you some really nice map analysis, and I'm still being bullied. Let me guess. The map's on the screen. You can see it all anyway, huh?
Yes. All right. What are you seeing here? Well, definitely an SCV scout. I think he's gonna go up into the main base with it this time. Have a cheeky poke around with his SCV. No, definitely not. Because he's gonna see that this is a hatch first, Wardy. That's why he won't do that. Actually, kind of curious what he is going to do, though.
Yep.
Really quite curious what he is going to do. Scouts this hatchery timing.
Saw Clem being pretty aggressive earlier, right? Double gassing it and up 3 CCing. It's been fun to watch, so we'll see if he wants to keep an aggressive stance, so if he does want to play into like that more longer macro game, which we know Clem does love to do.
Yeah, we see no second gas yet. What does that mean, Wardy? It probably means we're seeing a triple CC here. That's what it means indeed. Seeing a Reaper move across the map. Did he get a Ling already with it? No.
Nope. No kills on the Reaper.
Tough luck. That tumor is extremely low testosterone there. That's very far back. You might as well build it next to the hatchery.
Oh my god, I couldn't even find it.
Yeah.
They even spread creep? Oh my god! It spreads like a hex of creep. Okay, it actually goes along a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it also goes up the ramp, I guess, which is nice. So
yeah, okay.
It's a double creep tumor. Yeah. It's fine, but still pretty, yikers. Yeah, we see triple CC here into Starport as well. So we're just going to be going into a pretty old school opener here for Clem. Could be like something like 8 Hellion, Viking Liberator. Maybe we could even see a Hellion drop in theory, you know?
Yep.
It is possible. It's not popular and no one does it, but in theory it's possible. Metabolic Boost is about to finish up 332 in this game as the Lynx make their way across the map, and they're going to be looking for some information, really. They want to figure out, hey, what's going on. Serral does not want to give up an Overlord for that, but he knows he might need to if he doesn't get the info. But these Lynx are going to be absolutely perfect. It's going to go into the natural at first, doesn't send a single Ling up. A little bit surprised by that, but it is what it is. Did he kill anything here? No, he didn't kill anything. He loses 4 Lynx. Still needs to sacrifice his Overlord now. We'll see the third CC. Raven, Wardy, look at that. This is the one thing I don't mention.
Yeah, this is actually something which Clem has done on this map before as well, actually. He did it. Oh, he might have done it against Reno in that ESL Open Cup final last week, map 1. And he went for like a lot of Hellions, like 12, 14 Hellions. And honestly, he kind of won the game with it. Like, he just did so much with the Hellions, cleaned out Queens, etc. that when he started pushing with the bio, the game was already done, you know? So I imagine he's going to bring out something similar here, because there can't be too many builds that involve a Raven in his repertoire at any one point in time.
Yeah, he's still continuing Hellion production. He's going to go up to at least 10. We see that Barracks going up right now. Second Barracks will follow shortly. First Queen. Oh! Could have shot that, couldn't he? Is it worth it? I think so, probably, but...
The damage, maybe loses 1 Hellion and 4 Queen, I think that's worth it. Especially when you're still building Hellions.
Yeah.
Right, I think you can trade out a bit more.
Yeah, wild stuff, wild stuff. All right, here come the Hellions once again on top. Not going to be able to take out that creep tumor. Are they going to dive? Oh, no, Clem.
Yeah, that's really bad. Auto turret's going to come down and try and save the day, but honestly, it was a bit too late. All the Hellions wiped out. I mean, good news, you built more. Bad news is if you built more, they were meant to be overwhelming, not replacements, you know?
Yeah. Oh, this is bad. This is bad for Clem here. 6 cars do remain, but he lost 6 as well. Should have had 12. You're exactly right there. Oh. This is very, very difficult for Clem now to play from this position. Because Serral's just going to drone up, and he's going to drone up pretty freely because there's no real pressure on him. He's not going to need to continue Queen production. He is already... Ooh, some macro hatch here in the main base. Taking a page out of the Book of Dark. Rather than taking that 5th base, just build the macro hatch in the main. Of course, Dark usually does it while playing Roaches. Serral is playing Ling Bane here. Double Evo has finished up and should probably start spinning relatively soon. As yeah, this is the problem, you know, you lose your Hellions and Serral is like, hello, 75 drones, where are you? And boom, he hits it, you know. So tough, Wardy, so tough.
It is a little bit tough, isn't it? As Hellions plays against some creep team as well. Could have maybe found some extra drones here, and they still will get a couple. Gets to decent saving from Serral. That could have been a little worse as we back it up. And Clem is going to just disengage for the moment. Marines load up into the medevacs, and across the map they are going to fly. The next step of this.
Let's see if he's going to be able to do something. I mean, Clem still has nice supply. There's a Raven here, which could be used for the anti-armor missile, right? Which honestly is quite good. Can also throw down 2 turrets. He has a decision to make here. Theory could also interference matrix a single Queen. Not sure what the use of that is, though. But is there any Banes here? No, there's no Banes. This fourth base is in a little bit of trouble, Wardy. What is this? How is Clem doing this?
You mean it's just Clem? Clem power works in mysterious ways. I mean, good little push in, right? No creep in front of this base, so he's just putting himself in a good spot to deal some damage to these Widow Mines. Oh, it's going to hit the Banelings dead center. Every Baneling just died. That is just going to be this push continuing for a little while longer. A couple more Banes do connect. Marines back it up for a moment as Combat Shield finishes, but now going to trade out with Queens there. Our SCVs going down to the Baneling attack. 19 SCVs go down, and that might just keep Serral in it after a horrible Widowmine shot on his side.
Yeah, look at the army supply. 67 against 48. 1-1 is done already for Clem, so he's going to have a long period where he has a bigger army, he's better upgrades, he's microing his heart out, and I think he might just be doing it, even though he just lost 20 workers to about 6 Banelings. There's just nothing at home here for Serral. Another wave of Banelings come in. There's no mines available. Good splits out of Clem. I mean, are we expecting anything else? at this point. No, it's always going to be good splits. Serral is desperately trying to push this back, but he just doesn't have the larva. He's floating so much money right now. He needs to tap out 1,300 minerals in the bank. Sadly, you do not get to take those into the next game.
GG's. Wow.
Wow.
Well, that's...
All right, in the bottom right, spawning as the Zerg player.
No.
Playing for Team Ants. He's the biggest Rogue fan that I've ever known. His name is Serral. Now, he loves everything that Rogue does and tries to copy it. He truly believed in the Lurker microbial shroud stuff for a while when Rogue was playing it. He thought it might have been good. He just copied Rogue. I was like, man, Rogue is brilliant. To be fair, Rogue has a lot of cool things usually. He's kind of intelligent. The top left, the guy that plays very standard, but makes it look anything but standard. His name is Liquid Clem.
Yeah, that was I really thought this game was a little bit doomed when you lose the Hellions like that.
Like, and then 20 SCVs.
Well, the 20 SCVs, like I said, the 20 SCVs never came into effect though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it happened too late for Clem to be stopped. At that point, he was already having the army advantage and going with it, right?
Sometimes you have this in PvZ late game, like in the olden days, where we'd still get like Archons and Storm a lot, rather than just Void Race. And you have 4 bases, 8 gas, and then there's like 2 run-bys into your 3rd and 4th base that kill all workers. And you just go into gas and keep building Archons from 8 gas, and you push out with like freaking 16 Archons or something like that. You get a super insane max out because you only have 50 workers left, and it's like, maybe that Baneling run-by wasn't too bad for me, you know? I didn't really need 80 workers. Of course, that's not the case with Terran because you build Marines, like Marines and Mines. That's gonna win you the game, so it's different. But sometimes I do miss those days, Wardy, where the good old Archon max out of 8 gas. That was something else, let me tell you that.
All right. I don't miss those days, I'm not gonna lie.
You don't?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Well, to be honest, PvZ was always I never really liked PvZ, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's fine. People are allowed to have opinions.
I know. Doesn't mean I need to share them, I get it.
Yeah. Let's hop into this into the casting, Marty. What are we seeing on the screen?
I mean, SCV's going home. Overlord's on the map. There's a Reaper. Fighting drone. A drone pulled in to fight the Reaper even. Not just the Link,
yeah.
A drone too.
That's rare. You don't see that every day, Wardy. This is something special. Let me tell. Oh, Ling!
Yeah, but you know what? That Ling gave his life so that his creep tumor can go up safely.
Oh, a second Ling gave his life to make sure that creep tumor goes up very safely. So creep tumor isn't even that far forward. So once again, not too brilliant. Forward base being taken. We see triple CC. It's gonna be double car. Yeah, whenever the barracks goes down before the car starts, then you know it's gonna be double car into the 2 barracks quick medevac. I really like this build. I absolutely love it. Such a good build order that Clem plays. Such a nice, and it fits his style so well. You almost never see him lose with this. It just has pressure from the from the early game on into the later stages.
Yeah, it really is like the perfect way for him to play.
Yeah,
I like that that way of thinking for it. It's almost like this build was designed for him. It's unfair.
Yeah, sometimes it does feel like that. When you have like someone, it's like some people, you know, they just have a play style. It's like, yeah, this is them, you know.
It's like Björn with the 2-1-1, like the OG 2-1-1, right? Like,
yeah.
That was just perfect for Björn and the way he liked to play. And I mean, he kept it alive for a long time. He kind of brought it back to TVZ when he returned from the military, you know.
Yeah.
That's how well those two matched up together.
Yeah. Except for the triple CC.
Well, yeah, obviously now it's a triple CC, so it's a bit different, but this is why it matches Clem.
Yeah, still the same. Same, but different. So we have starboard coming down. It's going to be going into those double E-base later on and get the upgrades going. The only thing is that it sucks that the Hellions will never be able to do much of anything, and you do have to be very careful, because if you lose those 2 Hellions, you kind of lose the advantage that you get with building those, and that is that run-bys are a lot weaker. See the wall starting as well here for Clem, the big depot wall. Should block out any potential run-bys into the natural. Can even take the forward 4th base as well. I'm not sure if Clem usually does that.
Yeah, What, for the fourth base? I think he always takes the forward one, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you can take the rich Vespine Geyser, or you can take the
Oh,
double gas.
like the forward one.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I've seen that a couple of times. I feel like that's still pretty rare compared to just going to the left side, though.
I know TY used to like to do that. I've seen him doing it a couple of times.
I guess maybe it becomes more popular nowadays as well when you've got the Zerg that expands up the right side. You know, they really ignore the bottom, and that's exactly what Serral's doing, so that might play into it a little bit as well.
It is possible. See the load up? You know, what do we have? 15 Marines, single mine at home. Hellions stay at home as well on the mineral line at the third base. And oh, what would it be? Where's my E-base? Okay, E-base are here. Haven't started their upgrades yet. Barracks 4 and 5 are on the way. Here comes the first scan. As always, we'll be able to take out a couple of tumors. Actually, targets down a bunch of these mains. That's good. That's big.
Yeah. Because now there's no Bane. Like, obviously, if you build your defense around having less Lings, but having some Banes to help against these Marines, then you don't have the Banes. It's obviously problematic. In this case, Clem backs it up. So the Banes will get to come online in just a few moments' time. And in the end, not too influential, but a scary moment for sure.
He puts some fear into Serral. Serral built 16 links. He's only on 60 workers right now. He wants to be way higher. Or at least, yeah, he actually wants to be up to 70 at this point. That's kind of what losing those Banes did for him. Now the follow-up push shouldn't be able to do too much. That mine just didn't have the range there.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been crazy if it did. The Banes were like past it when it was burrowing. It should have been killed, really, but...
Yeah.
Anyways, it hits one Bane at least, so it did get something, which is better than some mines can say. Clem doing a great job of just concentrating creep around this bottom side. Anyway, you can just shut down the creep already. It's just going to force Queen energy to be used again, right? Just slow you down a little bit as Serral later. Of course, the main place Clem would like to get rid of creep is more around the center and the top half of the map, because that's a lot of where his pushes are going to come from. So maybe he can swing the attention back then a little while. For now, he wanted to get some Banes, but he misfired. Not every day you see that. Somehow Clem gets out with it anyway, and he's now going to find an overload in the main.
No, he targeted correctly. That Marine shot a blank, my friend. Clem doesn't miss.
Clem doesn't miss.
No, nice try. Wardy with the fake news. So you have a drop into the main base. Serral's in so much trouble. Look at the worker count here, Wardy.
Yeah.
What is this?
Look at the money in the bank.
Yeah. What is happening with Serral? He has 16 larvae though. He's just waiting, but he doesn't know what to spend his money on. Oh my god, he's gonna lose one queen. No, perfect transfuses out of Serral. The banelings get nothing.
An SEV, I think, at most.
Single SCV, that's not a lot. Clem is just up 20 suppliers. There's not enough workers here for Serral. He's trying to sprinkle in 1 or 2 over here. 3 workers actually get built, so not just 1 or 2. 1 and 2 together makes 3. There's no 4th base yet for Clem though. Am I missing that?
No, 4th base yet. He's still only 5 racks as well, but maybe he just feels like the aggression is going well. So he's just going to keep it up. He went double factory, I guess, which is what he did. So double factory has drill and close on the way. And now he starts the 4th CC. It was never going to be too far behind, right? So here we go. Find the center. Serral runs off creep, decides that's not a good place to be for too long. Backs it up. But I mean, the issue is still there, right? It's an equal worker count. And in these scenarios, in these games, you're meant to be playing, you know, what, like 80 Bane, 80 drones or so? Because you're trading worse, because that's how your composition works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, but we just need more workers out of Serral. Serral needs more money. But a really cute move, the Unburrow by Clem. Made sure that the mine got 1 extra drone kill, which seems small, but all of these things do add up. Good little fight once again coming out of Clem. Clem's doing such a fantastic job denying this creep as well in the middle. Do we even have an infestation pit yet? No infestation pit. There's no hive inside, and tanks are already being produced. Once we get the 3-4 tanks, this is going to really suck for Serral, especially because the mine production also keeps adding on. It just piles up and it piles up. We have 171 supply against 140. This is looking bad for our finisher player.
It is not looking good at all. I mean, this advantage just keeps on piling on from Clem. He's just going to push in now, finds a chance to get a queen, maybe an overlord or 2, sees Serral turning around, so he's going to back it up to his splash damage. Obviously, with this Lingbane Hydra Force, you can always, as Clem as well, you can just lift up and leave like he's been doing, right? And it's such low commitment to push into these positions a lot of the time, as long as he's got the medevac count. Danes get a few depots, but no actual worker kills. And Clem has got his 4th base down in a forward location to keep on rallying through the middle of the map.
Yeah, the only thing we perhaps can say Clem didn't do perfectly is his upgrades. He accidentally started armor before he started his +2, and his +2 started really late already anyway. So Serral actually already finished his Carapace upgrade, and now we'll have a little bit of an upgrade lead. We see Clem trying to drop into the main base, but with no mines here. Once the Banelings come in, I feel like Serral should be absolutely fine. Yep, there we go, quick pickup. Clem keeps pushing through the middle of the map though, and there are some mines. There's even a tank there to truly support that push, and Clem still is up 30 supply. He's up about 50 army supply. Like, he's feeling buzzing.
He probably is feeling buzzing. Is at the front. We've got Bioforces coming through. A couple of these Banes being picked off. I mean, this time Serral's going to be able to dislodge this little attack, but there's still the army in the main that Serral is having to run back to. That's the issue. It's not like he can send one army here, one army there. He's got to really commit units one way or the other, and then Clem can try and pull him back out of position. Now Clem's going to reinforce the middle again. He still has some units in medevacs. It's not a fun game to play at all for Serral, who... yeah, it's fortunate that Clem did mess up those upgrades, right? Because this would have been 2-2 against 2-1 or so, and that maybe would have been even worse for Serral at this stage.
Yeah, Serral's been having some very nice trades though lately. He's been doing a good job, even though he's been on a very, very low drone count. He's trying to fight his way back into this game, but it's just so freaking difficult. Now Clem is gathering all of his forces together, like you mentioned. +2 is about to finish up. Mine shots not gonna go up actually on Burrow out of Clem. Tanks in the back dealing so much damage though, and there's just no extra creep threat coming out of Serral here because it's not possible. He hasn't had control of this position. There's nothing siege now though. This is a perfect timing out of Serral.
Yeah, runs on through. The Banes start crashing into this as well. More of these Zergs coming in. They are going to have to turn around those Lings. Serral's closed down the army advantage that Clem had once. I mean, it's still not, you know, I still don't like it a lot for him, but it's definitely better than it was once before. Another tank siege is quite far back here. Serral keeps running. Clem started to target fire Banes. I don't know how you target those. Some of them are under medevacs. And he is going to keep on going, and finally Serral decides to disengage from this. His hive on the way up. Serral is slowly finding a way to tech during this onslaught of Terran attacks.
Yeah, teching is nice, but you also need some economy at some point. I mean, 71 workers against 71. If there's a guy that has mules going, which currently isn't the case, a lot of that energy is being spent into scans, of course. 2 mines get 7 workers. This is the problem. If you don't have extra workers, the moment you lose 7 workers, your income is just so bad. Like, it looks painful, you know. If your name is Serral right now, it's gonna suck. We have this is the most creative path Banelings have ever taken to arrest the 3rd base. They're actually gonna... Are you joking? I killed like 6 Marines. It could have been worse, but that was hilarious.
I'm fighting the center didn't do much either. Units just kind of backed away from each other, so yeah, a little rough for Serral as he is on his way to Vipers. I don't even know if Vipers are necessarily like the big need for him right now. Like, yes, there's tanks, and obviously Vipers are great against the tanks, but it's not like the tank count is out of control and the Vipers are going to, you know, flip that. You know, Clem's basically attacking with 1 or 2 tanks at most every single time, so not sure how much the Vipers are really going to aid Serral here, as we do have the drop on the bottom side again. Just large attacks on both sides of the maps. And again, Serral doesn't necessarily have the numbers to properly split up against this. He's probably going to lose this hatchery down here.
Yeah, probably will lose that hatchery down there. Now it's 4 versus 5 bases, and that's in the Terran advantage. It's not something you want as a Zerg player. Vipers are finally out. 3-3 has started though here for Clem. Clem is up in supply. He has solid upgrades. A big run by into the natural. Yeah, this is big.
Yeah. This is what Serral needs a little bit of, right? Something to actually take the momentum away from Clem, make him react into be, you know, defending elsewhere, and maybe get some damage as well. The SCV count is going down. Clem has to pull all of his units from the middle of the map back home, and he had to back away with the drop at the same time.
This would be absolutely fantastic if Serral was on 84 workers and had a 5th base. But now, I mean, he just doesn't have money. And he's not going to get more money than his opponent. Like, he doesn't have a better eco. He's not going to get a better eco like this. He needs freaking drones, and he needs more bases, but he also needs units or he'll die. Like, there's no winning. There's no correct decision here for Serral. He needs to take a fight that gives him a minute and a half. But so far, the fights have given him maybe 20 or 30 seconds, and he just can't afford to build drones at any point in this game. Clem has had constant pressure on Serral, and Serral just doesn't know what to do.
No, he really doesn't, does he? As you see, this Bioforce down the ramp is taking a good position once again, and he is going to be able to deny another hatchery. So he's keeping Serral on 4 bases as he goes to 5, which is obviously fantastic. There's definitely not enough Banelings around the map, right? There might be enough Banes on the top right, but there's definitely not enough Banes in the lower left to really fight over here. Good news is Clem doesn't really micro against it, so what could have been targeted? I mean, he's busy on the top right. Let's talk about this, because Serral's running in Horstum. He's going to try and force something over here. Off creep as well, though. And Clem just splits. Serral doesn't like it, and then Clem gets a few kills on the outro.
Yeah, Banelings versus Clem in general don't seem to be quite as effective, but if you take them off creep, they seem basically useless, as his splits and his micro has been fabulous once again this game. We see a very aggressive forward siege tank. There is 2 Vipers on the map, and they're trying to get some energy back, so this tank should be a goner. One Blinding Cloud goes down once again. Serral tries to jump in. We will be able to clean up this position. No, I don't think so, Wardy. We now have a massive amount of units walking across the map as Clem decides to get everything together. His 3-3 is about to finish up. He has +3 attack already. His armor is about to finish as well, and I'm scared for Serral. I'm very, very scared for Serral.
Yeah, no, it's terrifying for him, I'd say. Here you go, this Vifor's going to try and hold out in the center. Stimming forward a little bit, Lingbane Hydra backs up. We do see this Marauder Force going to come through and get a couple kills. I mean, Marauder's in the front, just going to tank. Maybe a little bit too far away from everything else, but I mean, Clem's still getting good trades out of it. The Banes are crashing into Marauders as well. I think these Marines are just waiting for the opportunity. The tanks are quite far back too, but that means the Vipers can't get instant like blinding clouds on them, and the tanks will get some shots before the Vipers get in range if Serral decides to chase in, which he does, knowing that he doesn't have enough, and types out GG a few moments later, meaning that Clem is going to be our first player to qualify for the NetEase Esports X Tournament Spring for out of the European server qualifiers. Obviously, anyone can actually play in these, but you kind of expect the Europeans to move out.